In this lecture, I will continue with the strength equations for quarter joint, and this is the part C, failure of socket. So before that, in the previous lecture, we have seen the failure of rod, failure of spigot, and now this is the failure of socket. Now this is the socket, and this socket having one end hollow portion, so in which we have to fit the spigot. It has slot, and through this slot we have to insert the cotter. So this socket will fail under three types of stresses. First is the tensile failure, which is shown in this diagram due to tensile stress. So we know that the failure always occur at the weaker section, and this is the weaker section where the slot is present. So along this plane where the slot is present, this socket will fail. Okay, and it is shown in this diagram. So this is first is the tensile failure because of the tensile stress. Now second is the shear stress. Now this shear stress is particularly, it is a double shear stress or double shear failure because of double shear stress. In this case, the portion which is present after this slot, the portion which is present beyond this slot, it will get removed, it will get sheared off. Okay, so like this material will get sheared off from the end of this socket, and this is called as double shear failure, and it occurs because of the shear stress. Now third one is crushing stress. Okay, so we know that the cotter which is inserted into this slot, it is having contact on this side of socket, and it is having clearance on this side of socket. So whatever the crushing stress it is applied by cotter, it will be applied on these two surfaces and not on these two surfaces. Okay, and this is the area subjected to crushing stress. So with the help of these diagrams, we have to write the equation of these corresponding stresses, and that is nothing but the strength equations for quarter joint and particularly for socket. So first of all, consider tensile failure of socket. So this is the diagram which shows the tensile failure of socket. As you can see here, this failure occurs at the weak section, and the weak section in this socket is the section at which or region at which slot is present. Okay, so this red color portion shows the area subjected to tensile stress. We can show this area here in this 2D diagram. So in this diagram, we have to write the dimensions of this cut section of this socket where the tensile failure occurs. Now if you look at this diagram, the outside diameter of this socket is a D1. So we can write this outside diameter of this socket as a D1. This inner diameter of this socket is D2. So we can write here the inner diameter is D2, outside diameter is D1. And the thickness of this slot, we know that it is T. So thickness of this slot is T. Now with the help of these dimensions, we have to write the equation of tensile stress induced in this socket. Now this red color portion shows the area subjected to tensile stress. Now we know that the tensile stress is given by equation. It is denoted by sigma T, which is equal to force upon area. Okay, now here force is P, and now consider area. Now if you look at this area of socket which is subjected to tensile stress, it is nothing but this total area pi by 4 d1 square minus this hollow region pi by 4 d2 square, because socket has one end hollow which can be seen in this 3D diagram. So we have to subtract this area of hollow region, that is pi by 4 d2 square, and again we have to subtract the area of this slot, because as there is no any material in this slot, so there is no any stress. Okay, so we have to write the area as pi by 4 d1 square, that is this outside area, minus pi by 4 d2 square, the area of this hollow region, pi by 4 d2 square, and after subtracting this area of hole, we have to subtract the area of this slot. and this slot area is nothing but the two rectangular areas. If you find out this total height of this slot, it is d1 minus d2, and width of this rectangular area is t. So we can write minus d1 minus d2 into t. Okay, so d1 minus d2 is the addition of these two sides into thickness t, gives us the total area of slot. If you simplify this a little bit, we can take this pi by 4 common. So p upon, take this pi by 4 common, so pi by 4 into d1 square minus d2 square minus this term as it is d1 minus d2 into t. So this is the tensile stress equation for socket, and in this equation sigma t is nothing but the tensile stress induced in the socket, P is nothing but the external applied load, d1 is nothing but the outside diameter of this socket, d2 is the inside diameter of socket, and t is the thickness of slot. Now consider second failure of socket, that is shear failure of socket. And in this failure, the portion of socket which is present here, that is these two areas get sheared off from this socket, because the quarter is in contact with these two surfaces of socket, and thus this quarter exerts the force towards right side on this end of socket, and thus these two areas get simply sheared off from this socket end. Now in the 3D diagram that you can see here, these two portions which are present after this slot get sheared off like this. Okay, now if you look at the outside diameter of this socket collar, it is d4, so this outside diameter is d4. The inside diameter of this socket is a d2, so this dimension will be d2, and the portion of this slot, the portion of socket which is present after slot is c, that is this distance is c. So let us write this distance as c. Okay, so with the help of this diagram we have to find out the area subjected to shear stress, and after that we have to find out the shear stress equation. Now if you look at this diagram, the total areas are, so this portion which is shown by red color hatching lines is the area subjected to shear stress. So we have to first find out how many areas are there which are subjected to shear stress. So this is the first area, this is the second area, third area is exactly behind this first area, and the fourth area is exactly behind this second area. Okay, so exactly opposite face of this face is subjected to shear stress, and again the exactly opposite face of this face which is shown by red color hatching lines is subjected to shear stress. So there are total 4 areas which are subjected to shear stress. Now we have to find out this area first. Now first write the area subjected to, total area subjected to shear stress, which is denoted by A. Now the first is this side, okay, which is visible from observer. So now if you subtract this d2 from d4, we can get the addition of these two sides. So d4 minus d2, we get the addition of these two sides. Okay, into C we get the total area which is visible by observer. So we can write d4 minus d2 into C. So this is the area which is visible by observer from this side. So d4 minus d2 is the addition of these two sides into C is the total, is the area which is visible from observer side, and such two sides are there exactly behind these two sides. So we have to multiply by 2 to get the total area subjected to shear stress. So we can write this equation as twice C into d4 minus d2. Okay, and now we can write the equation of shear stress. The shear stress is given by tau is equal to force upon area. Force is P, and total area which is subjected to shear stress is twice C into d4 minus d2, and this is the equation of shear stress which is induced in the socket. where this tau is nothing but the shear stress induced in the socket, P is external applied load, C is distance between end of slot and end of socket, D4 is the outside diameter of this socket collar, and D2 is the inside diameter of this socket. Now the last failure of socket is crushing failure of socket. Now if you look at this cut section of assembly of quarter joint, you can see that the quarter is in contact with this socket on this right side of slot, and on this left side of slot there is a clearance between slot and quarter. So hence it is obvious that when the quarter is subjected to force towards right side, which is applied by spigot, this quarter exerts crushing stress, that is compressive stress, on these two faces. The quarter exerts the compressive stress on these two faces. Okay, so if you look from this right side, you can see this is the right side view of this portion from inside the slot. Okay, and this rectangular area which is shown by red color hatching, it is nothing but the area subjected to crushing stress. If you look at the dimensions, so outside diameter of this socket collar is a D4, so we can write here outside diameter of this socket collar is D4. Then the inside diameter of this socket is D2, which is shown here. Okay, and the thickness of slot is T. The thickness of slot is T, and with the help of this diagram we can write first the area subjected to crushing stress. So the area which is shown here by red color hatching is nothing but the area subjected to crushing stress. This area is shown here because we know that the quarter is in contact with this surface of socket and with this surface of socket. So the quarter will exert the compressive stress, that is crushing stress, on these two surfaces. Okay, so we have to look from the right side view so that we can see this area. Therefore the crushing stress for socket is given by equation. So crushing stress is denoted by notation sigma c. It is given by force upon area. Force is P, and now area. So area is nothing but the area which is shown by these red color hatching lines. So this is nothing but these two rectangular areas. We have to write the equation for it. So this is given by D4 minus D2 gives us the addition of these two edges. D4 minus D2 gives us the addition of these two edges into T gives us the total area subjected to crushing stress. So therefore we can write area is D4 minus D2 into T, and this is the area subjected to crushing stress. And if we put here in this equation, we get this equation of crushing stress. So sigma c is equal to P upon D4 minus D2 into T. And with this equation we have completed the strength equations for socket.